Hello there, Leo. Welcome to your 3 cards for the month of September. I don't know if you can hear outside on this video, but there's a cardinal that's singing and singing and singing. So I'm going to take that maybe as a sign for you, since it's a bright red bird and it has a very distinct song. So this month, I hope you had a good birthday last month, by the way. This month, we're heading into Virgo. We've headed into Virgo already. As of the 29th, we had Mercury in Virgo. On the 30th of August, we had the new moon in Virgo. And we have Venus and Mars there. So it's pretty Virgo type time. Now, you're Leo, so the Virgo energy is more representing your second house, which is money, and your values. And so you might find that all of a sudden people are very worried or bent out of shape or analyzing everything more than you would like them to, or maybe going over things with a fine-tooth comb is what's necessary or what's going to help a situation. But that's the energy we're in. Super analytical, checklist, to-do list, itinerary, checking the label, checking the fine print. That's the kind of energy we're in. And that's just until the middle of September. On the 14th, things shift quite a bit with the full moon and also other planets. So it's just a couple of weeks of this. But I'm already feeling it and seeing it with clients. It's crazy. I'm seeing how all this Virgo-ness play out. The other thing that a lot of Virgo energy can do is, because of the analysis factor and, wondering and processing and labeling, sometimes people have a lot of anxiety, more than usual, and then that just makes for all kinds of things. If they're detailed and anxious, it can make for social awkwardness, right? It can make for digestive problems if they're that worried, because Virgo rules the intestines. So just check for your anxiety level as well this month for the beginning of it. If there's anything going on, aches and pains or cramps or anything of that nature, ask yourself, could it be anxiety? Alrighty, we're going to burn now some juniper instead of sage, which I got from Sedona. And juniper carries the special vortex energy there, and it's considered more sacred tree there. So the energy of the vortexes around you. There you go. And we'll cleanse our cards. Just maybe make a wish for something you would like to transform or change in your life right now with that powerful vortex. So your first card is the Hangman. Second card is Venus and Aries, 4 of Wands. And the third card is the Princess of Swords. So the Hangman and Hangman and 4 of Wands is pretty clear to me that you could be feeling like you're in a long-standing, slow-moving situation where you don't have a lot of choice. You could feel sort of stuck or sort of trapped with something. The Hangman is like, I'm not sure if it's come up for you in the last little while in your readings online, so I'll just describe it again in case, but it's a transformation of yourself by a sacrifice that you make. It feels sacrificial. It feels boring day to day. It feels like nothing's happening. And yet you feel stuck. So people feel very frustrated or bored or restless with the Hangman. And the Hangman's sort of a situation whereby every day, daily, bit by bit, you make these slow changes and sacrifices and adaptations that become a new routine. And it's sort of through the process of this sacrifice or routine or details that you actually transcend yourself on some level and you grow. and you have some form of enlightenment. It's long though. I don't know how long everybody's been in it, but the Hangman card can be something that lasts a year, couple of years sometimes. It's definitely not weeks. That kind of process can't happen in very rarely in a few weeks where people learn that kind of lesson. The Four of Wands though is is Venus and Aries, like putting yourself first. You might be saying, where am I? Who am I? Where am I in this situation? I'm eclipsed. So the task then is for you to find a way, despite your situation, to put yourself first more often, to think of your own needs. And with the Hangman, it's not going to be all of a sudden about disengaging from a person or a situation, or giving up on something and suddenly spending half the week alone, or doing what you want. It's going to be very day-to-day small things, sort of like taking 20-minute walk, listening to your favorite song before you start whatever you've got to do, taking an extra 5 minutes to savor that coffee. It's on that level. It's the small. But even the small is very great, and that's part of what you learn under the Hangman, is the value of the small. When you're not feeling well, or if you're feeling stuck or trapped, the small makes a huge difference. So it's really, the lesson is of the Hangman is bringing us back pretty much to mindfulness, where you're more in the moment and you have gratitude for the moment, and you find small ways to enjoy this new life that you have. And by the time you're on the other side of whatever this situation is, there's usually a transformation of consciousness, and there's a raising of consciousness. Now the trouble here is you have the Princess of Swords, which is suggesting a struggle. It could be you really struggling with this, or this could be someone around you who's maybe you're struggling with that person. She is very clever and a bit chaotic, and she's very restless, and she sort of always seems to be fighting a battle, and sometimes the battle's there, sometimes she creates it herself. So sometimes this can represent ourselves. You might be creating a battle in yourself, or I would look for that. Just double check with yourself. Am I creating some of the problems that are around me in some way? Otherwise, if it's someone external, then again, it can be quite the task to find the value of the small and the mindful moments when you have somebody around you who can be like this, chaotic and questioning and always like in the head. This person needs to get grounded and drop into the heart. And if you can have a role in helping them do that, if that's not you, that would be wonderful. So the thing is to not lose hope. You're not going through these things in vain. The resulting sort of raise in your consciousness or mindfulness or compassion will transform your life for the better. So if you need any kind of guidance further with this, or a reading, I would be happy to help you. I work online as well as in person, and you can reach me at river-rain.com or Clairvoyant Medium Catherine Allen on Facebook. And I wanted to just mention to you that I have a new book out, and I hope it's not backwards in the camera. It's called A Little Bit of Intuition, and it's on pre-order on Amazon right now, or on Chapters Indigo, and it comes out October 22nd. And I'm going to be doing book launches in New York City and Montreal and possibly other towns. And I am super excited to see what happens from this. So I'm hoping that you will order the book, or that you might come to a signing, and if you're wondering what the book is about, it's they put an introduction to extrasensory perception. Basically, I'm writing a very detailed book on how to know what your intuition is versus other things like fears, projections, fantasies. How do you know what the different intuitive abilities are, and what does it look like when it's real versus not real? And that's what I go into in depth in this book. And I'll be creating some online courses and different things if you want to train with me on that level. So I'm really looking forward, and I hope you have a wonderful month, Leo.